What's up, everyone? Luke back here with another video. Today I'm talking about some sales stuff. Got the weird lighting on me, but it is what it is. So today I'm talking about a lot of different things, right? Conviction, sales process, all that. But why is it that some people can sell despite not knowing product knowledge and some people can't, right? So I come up with an analogy, and I did this training for my buddy Josh, and he really liked it. He thought it was really insightful. And I know that this is very powerful, so I wanted to share it with you guys. I have about 8 or 9 minutes of phone storage. I promise I'm gonna keep it brief and great, right? So imagine you have a fire, right? You have a house. You know those old like boilers at old houses, right? And you have the fire here, and then you hear the clunk, and it starts to heat up the house, right? The heat travels up through the ducts go through the vents, and it heats the person, right? The fire, right? Imagine you had a small fire. Is this guy going to get heated very much? No, right? Imagine you had a very large fire. Is he going to get heated a lot? Abso-freaking-lutely. So the conviction, right? The fire represents the passion you have, the burning passion. I am working for the best company in the world, and I have the best product ever, and there's not a single company that does it better than we do, right? That is your conviction and passion, and you're passionate about the transformation that you can give people and the fact that every single person needs this, right? And much like that, the sales process right over here, the ducks are the sales process, right? Because you can have the most fire in the world, but if you're not a sniper with your words, if you're not a very effective communicator, you're not going to be able to convey that, right? So like people would be like, I don't want to buy it, right? You go to objections, which is normal. And someone would say, why not? We have the best product ever, right? If you don't have the sales process, you're not going to be good at persuading people to getting it, do it for their reasons, right? You are just pushy. Nobody likes pushy. So conviction needs to be sourced. Conviction and passion needs to be sourced on what is the transformation I'm going to give people, right? It cannot be sourced on your own needs. One, that's how you get fired. B, that's not right by God, more importantly, right? So your conviction and passion needs to be to help other people. So at the end of the day, every single person that walks into your dealership or walks in, talks to you about whatever it is they have a problem, right? They're right now, imagine they're outside right here and they have a problem. They're in a snowstorm. They're going to get frostbite and they need heat, right? They need a solution. They're not always going to feel comfortable in your house. So that's why you welcome them in, right? Make them feel like the most important person in the world. Hey, oh my gosh, so glad you came here. I'm Luke, by the way. What's your name? Oh my goodness, what a beautiful family you guys have. You guys, I feel like I recognize you. Are you from around the area then? Or you're coming from Nashville? Oh my gosh. My good buddy he lived just outside of Nashville, like 45 minutes. I was in the military for a few years. Don't judge, I'm a crane eater. Right? But all of a sudden, boom, take control of the sale. I'm personable. I'm on fire. I'm on fire for this person I'm talking to, right? Now they've gone into my house. Now they allow me, I've earned the right to now find out a little bit more about them and to get personal with them, to find out what problems they have so I can recommend a solution. So a lot of people, they think sales process. I need to train on sales. I need to train and study all this product knowledge. Well, actually, the horsepower is 55 sweet per square millisecond. Like, nobody cares, right? So, yes, it's important to know product knowledge because that allows you to talk with a little bit more of, certainty and allows you to give good information, but it is not what sells. Because you can know everything about your product, but if you don't have a fire, there's a raging fire, right, that is just like on full blast, you're not going to be able to heat this person up, right? You're not going to be able to help this person. You're not going to be able to allow them to see the benefits that they can have with your product. So on this one, right, I know it's a little weird because it's backwards. My point is, when you are learning how to sell, do not learn product knowledge just to learn product knowledge. Learn product knowledge to excite you and just be lit on fire of, I am doing a good thing for people, right? And your conviction and your passion, when it's through the freaking roof, that is what allows you right? That is what allows you to be able to transfer that heat or that certainty emotionally and right and logically that your product is a good fit. So if I go and here's the implications if I don't have that, right? If I talk logic, well, so imagine you have two car salesmen. One car sales guy says, well, yeah, a lot of people really like this car because it's got a lot of horsepower benefits to it, and when compared to other cars, this car has enough horsepower to where the dual carburetors fire up, and it's a powerful car. It has a nice engine. Versus the other guy is like, hey man, like listen, like remember Tyler when you were asking me about a sports car? Well, that's kind of actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because man, when I pull this car up, you're gonna love it. It's amazing. It has a dual carburetor engine, which doesn't mean a whole lot to me, right? But the way it makes you feel when driving, I mean, people come back and said, Luke, this feels like a $1 million sports car. I can't believe it, right? When I get behind the wheel, like just punch the gas, like even if I'm just accelerating on the highway, not doing anything crazy, like it just feels like I have that oomph, right? And it feels good every time I go into work. It feels like I'm on fire. It feels like I'm really like getting geared up for my day. No pun intended, right? I'm not a gearhead, but I like to throw jokes here and there. I've got a mild sense of humor, like laughing about it so that you don't seem salesy, right? And also because you're just genuine. But who's going to sell more? The guy who's like, well, actually, this car is better than this one because of this, and this car is actually better on the market. The buyer's thinking in his logical brain now because you're being logical. He's logically thinking, I got to go to Subaru, Kia, Honda, Volkswagen, Toyota, Nissan. He's like, oh, wow, this makes a lot of sense. I don't have to go to Nissan anymore. I have 5 other dealerships now I got to go to. You're not helping him fix his problem, right? And so what you need to do is have that vision, right? That logic, that emotional vision of picturing the customer enjoying the car. What is the best case scenario this customer is going to have with whatever product or service you're selling? I sell timeshare, right? And I know every single year they're going to look forward to spending time with their family. And all of a sudden, those conversations where their son wants to play catch with their dad, and he says, not now, son, I'm busy. Now he's forced to take a vacation with his family and forced to spend time with his son, and they're going to have a great time and rekindle their relationship. And that is why I sell timeshare. And that is the conviction that sells. So every single sales trainer in the country, when I don't care if they have over $1 million gross domestic product or $1 billion, right? When they teach the process and they teach, well, the first thing you want to do is this, then go to that, and then go to this. And these are some good questions to ask, like, do you like the car you're driving? And well, you need to know about the horsepower of the engine, and you need to know about the chassis, and nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Because at the end of the day, imagine you're in a snowstorm, right? I'm from the Midwest. They're out in a freaking snowstorm. They're getting frostbite. The implications of them not having your product or service and sticking with status quo is they're going to have frostbite. And they're going to be in pain. Or they're going to go into a house, right, that's not yours, that's not fully heated up, and they're going to have a problem to where now they're going to have to buy a car. They're going to buy an old car that's a piece of crap, and it's going to break down on them in 2 years because it wasn't reliable. Or they get into a car accident and they didn't have the right safety features, right? Or, right, their best case scenario is they go to another dealership that wasn't yours, and they end up overpaying $30,000 for a car with a sales guy that didn't know what he was doing and didn't shoot it straight with them, and then they end up in this situation again. That is the implication of them not buying your product. So, okay, how do we do this, right? Sales is all about taking your emotional vision and the transformation that someone's going to have and putting your eyes and lending it to them. Okay? So when you do this, you can't do it right away. You have to invite them into your house, right? So someone walks up to your dealership lot, someone walks into wherever you sell, inbound call. Doesn't matter what it is. You invite them, oh my gosh, man, like, where are you coming in from? That's so exciting. Dude, I'm a Cubs fan too, or I'm whatever, right? Dude, I love the freaking Dolphins. They're a great team, man. I grew up listening to watching the team play, you know what I mean? Just